Good morning and welcome to another Verbling class. Today's class is role play with real life events. We're going to practice common situations where you get to play the role of either a manager, an employee. Maybe you're at a restaurant ordering a meal or serving a meal. Perhaps you're at a bank, you're looking to open an account. Perhaps you're getting somebody calling you and trying to sell you something, or maybe you need help with something that you've purchased. We'll get started shortly once students arrive in the class. Without students, it's very difficult to actually have this class. I could just talk and ramble, but there's no point in doing that now, is there? Hi, Ibrahim. Good morning. Can you hear
Hello.
me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Where are you from?
I am from Egypt.
Egypt. So I guess
Yeah,
it's afternoon now, is it?
I
Early
think.
afternoon?
Really, it's 4 o'clock afternoon.
Oh, 4 o'clock. Oh, wow. I didn't think there was such a huge time delay between us. So it's 9 o'clock here, 4 o'clock there, so it's coming up to dinner time there.
You're from where?
Sorry?
Where you are from?
Canada.
Canada. Yeah, it's
Is that
it's 7 hours between Egypt and Canada, I think.
Yeah, it's quite a bit. Do you guys have daylight savings?
Yeah, it's now we have daylight.
Okay. It's weird. I thought there was only about 5 or 6 hours difference.
Yeah, something like that. You have day saving hours in Canada?
Yeah,
Do you
so
have?
it's 9 o'clock now, but that changes in October. So this would actually be, I think, 10 o'clock.
Mm,
But that's
okay.
not, no, it's November that it changes. Yeah. How long have you been learning English, Ibrahim?
Actually, 3 years.
3 years? Good. What areas do you need to focus on the most?
I am planning to take the TOEFL test next week.
Okay, good luck with that.
I thank you. And I need to focus on speaking and writing right now.
Okay, good. Well, we can certainly help you with the speaking today. I'm going to pick several different scenarios that we're going to role play, but before I go into those, what I want to know is, are there any kind of scenarios that you would like to practice since you're the only one here right now?
Okay, may you suggest some TOEFL speaking
Well,
question?
yeah, I can certainly suggest them. I'm asking, do you have any suggestions so I can practice? Uh, student, parent, manager, employee, restaurants scenarios, banking scenarios, professors, students, you know.
Business, yeah.
All right. Well, let's try this then. Okay, so you're the manager of a company. It's a small company, maybe 20 people. And you have an employee that used to be one of your star employees. This employee brought in most of your clients, did incredible work, and always impressed you. But in the last year, this employee has been late, not getting all his work done, and has even been caught sleeping at his desk. You're tired of this, so you're going to ask the employee into your office, and one of your options is to fire this employee. Okay?
Okay.
I'm going to play the role of that employee.
Okay.
Right? So I'm working at my desk, and you'll come up to me. It'll be up to you to initiate the conversation because you're the manager. So whenever you're ready, let's go ahead.
Okay. Hey, you,
Yes, sir.
come up to me in my office.
Okay, I'll be right there. Yes, sir. What do you need?
Later, I so you come many times later to the company. What about you?
Well, it's been a rough year. My wife had twins early this year, and they just won't stop crying. We've gone to the doctors. They said it's normal. It's just sometimes babies cry. I try earplugs at night, but I'm having trouble sleeping. And during the day when I get home, we've got to go to doctors, or I need to help my wife. And I just don't know what's going on. I just can't seem to focus. It's a tough year.
So why you don't ask explain that for me before that time?
Well, I mentioned that we had a baby, but I don't want to tell you guys of all my problems and make excuses. I'm trying to do the best I can. I know it's affecting my work.
Yes, but it's forbidden to sleep at work.
Yeah, I know. I know.
You can't sleep at work, and I see you sleeping.
Yes, I know. I'm trying to get the sleep at home. I just it's rough. Other than sleeping somewhere else, I don't know what to do.
But we can't pay you salary but for sleeping. You should take a vacancy.
I'll do my best. Obviously this job's very important to our family. I can't afford to lose it. So I'll yeah, I won't fall asleep again. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but it's very repetitive action from you. Repeat it many times, not just one time.
Hmm. I know.
I
I know. Well, before my wife or before we had the baby, I always used to bring in the most amount of clients. I've always been a good worker prior to this. This is I I don't know if you have children, but this is very different. I don't know how to deal with this. But I this won't go on forever. And things are going to get better at home. I'm going to get more sleep, and I'm going to be more responsive. But right now, I need your support. you know, and I'm afraid to ask for time off because we're so busy. So,
Actually, I have a bad news for you.
uh-huh.
We can't continue with the trade, and you have to leave.
Is there anything else we can do? Because I can't afford to lose this job. We'll lose our house, and is there anything you can do to help? I promise it won't happen again.
Can you work with, without salary for a week under
It,
observation? If we see it, we can do better than that.
yeah, I can do that. You know, it's going to hurt, but I'd rather do that than lose my job. Yeah.
Okay, you have 1 week, the last chance for you to prove yourself.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, Ibrahim, let's take a look at the conversation.
Okay.
Now, usually, if you want to get an employee's attention, you don't say, "Hey, you."
Yeah.
You might say something like this. Whatever the employee's name is, let's call him Jim. Um, you might call him up on the phone and say, "Hi, Jim, how are you?" A little bit of small talk. We always start off with some small talk. And whatever he says, listen, and then say, "Jim, can you see me in my office for a minute? There's something I want to talk to you about." Okay? Even if we are going to fire a person, we still talk politely. We still use small talk. If we get right to the point, it just seems a little too abrupt. "Hey, you, come here." We don't usually say that. Okay? And if you're talking about your company, you'll say, with our company, with our firm, you won't say "to the company." It just doesn't seem right. Remember, even though you may not own the company, it's still your company. It's where you work.
Yeah.
Right? Okay,
Yeah.
very tough with that gentleman. Yeah, and sometimes stuff like that happens. The reason why I make it based on a baby is most people have had children and they know how difficult it is. Now, if I had to change that scenario and he didn't have a baby, he didn't have any children, well, then it's almost an easy, oh, that's easy, it's black and white. Guy's lazy, fire him. But now he's
Yeah,
having some family issues, that makes it a little more difficult.
sure.
All right,
It's
let's,
been in the Egyptian army, so I was very my words were like an orders, you know.
yes. Yeah, and that's, so it's interesting because if you have a military background, you think in a certain way. You're used to carrying out orders without questioning them. You can question them, but very rarely.
Yeah,
Uh, in the business world, it depends on the manager you have. Some managers like it when you question them if it's for good reason, because nobody wants to make a mistake that's going to cost the company or make them look foolish. So if a manager asks you to do something and you think, well, wait a minute, I have information that he doesn't. If I go ahead and do what he asked me to do, there's a very real chance we'll lose this client or sales will go down. In that
yeah,
case, Ibrahim, what you would say is something like this. "Well, sir, I think there's other information you might need to know before I go ahead and do what you ask." And then go ahead and explain the information. Then if your manager says, "No, I understand, Ibrahim, thanks for bringing this up. Please go ahead and do this."
yeah.
Right? So it's good to follow. Companies love it if you do what they ask you to do, but they don't want you to do it blindly.
Yeah.
That
You're
being
right.
said, you will have the odd manager that will, they don't care. They're not very smart. They'll just say, "Do this," and I don't care. Just do as I say.
Yeah, that's what as I say.
And you look at companies out there that are doing well. Like Sears, for example, isn't. And if you go online and you look at the reviews of the company, there's endless reviews of how poorly they treat their employees and how they don't listen to the market and how the company is out of touch. Whereas if you look at companies like Apple, it's a very, very different organization.
Mm.
All right, let's try a different role play.
Okay.
Okay. You're a student. You're in Europe. But yesterday, something bad happened. Now, Ibrahim, I want you to think of what that something bad is. I'll leave it up to you. However, as a consequence of that bad thing, you're at a police station and you're in jail. You have been told that if you don't come up with $5,000 for a bond, you will stay in jail until your hearing starts. Okay? You're allowed one phone call. But instead of calling a lawyer, you decide to call your father. Okay?
Okay.
I'm going to play the role of the father. Okay? Just to let you know, as a father, it's cost me a lot of money just to send you to school. I don't have really any money left over. In fact, I just sent the college $10,000 for your first year. Okay, so at some point my phone's going to ring, you're going to call me, and you're going to talk to your dad. So, Ibrahim, go ahead when you're ready.
Yeah. Hello?
Yeah, yes, hello, who's this?
I'm Brian.
Oh, Ibrahim, sorry, the phone's not very good today. How are you?
I am not really good. I'm in the police station and I am in a very terrible situation.
What happened?
Actually, there is no time to describe what happened, but I need money. I need more money to exit from that police station.
Why do you need the money? I don't understand. Tell me what happened. I need to know what happened, or I'm gonna worry too much. I need to know what happened.
Actually, while I driving my car,
Mm-hmm.
I have accidentally hit a small boy across the
Oh
road.
no. Oh dear. Are you
Actually,
okay?
yeah, I'm okay. I'm okay, fine.
How's the boy?
The boy in the hospital and I didn't know anything about him.
Oh dear. So why did they arrest you? I don't understand. That's.
I was drive the car with very high speed.
Oh no. Oh boy. Oh, that's terrible, Ibrahim. How much money do they need?
I know, but, 5,000 Turkish.
$5,000. Well, Ibrahim, I think the money's the least of your concerns right now. The boy is hurt, and let's hope that he survives and he comes out okay. But I think instead of money, I need to contact your uncle that lives in Germany. He's a lawyer over there. He practices family law, but he understands the laws of that country. And I think that would be better than just giving you the $5,000. He's family. He'll take care of you.
But I think we don't have the time to wait my uncle to do that.
Well, he's only about an 8-hour drive away. The country you're in, they're not going to do anything illegal. You know, you're safe. They have to protect you. The only reason they need the money is just to make sure you don't leave the country. And if you're, if the my brother shows up, he'll look after you. He'll get you out of prison. He'll secure a bond, and he'll work on your defense. I think that's better.
I can't call him. I just have one call for.
No, no, I'll call him for you. I just need to know what city you're in, what this police station is, and he will be in contact. Because if I send you $5,000, now there's no money left for a defense. You know I've given you everything I've got. I'd have to go to other family to borrow the money. And then we don't have any money for your defense. This way, my brother will help you. He'll give me a call, and if we need to send money at that point, I'll send the money. But we need to get a lawyer to help you right now.
Okay.
All right. All right. All right, Abraham.
Right.
You did very well that time. That was good.
Really?
Yeah, most people, when we do a scenario like that, they don't think of something like that. They say they got into a fight or something. But yeah, that's a good one, because if you were driving and got into an accident, well, accidents happen, but you were speeding and you hit a little boy, that's not good. That would be a very good reason as to why you're in jail, because they feel you're at fault. But good.
Yeah.
You're good at thinking on your feet. What do we mean by thinking on your feet? Do you know what that means, that idiom?
No, it's first time to hear that.
Okay, so if somebody says thinking on your feet, it means to be able to think quickly.
Think quickly.
Yeah. It's very common.
Yeah.
Well, you're really good at thinking on your feet. Somebody comes to you with a problem, boom, you have an answer. Wow, you're really good at thinking on your feet. Even if the person's sitting down, it doesn't matter. It's just an idiom.
Yeah. That's fine to have that approach.
Okay, excellent. All right, let's see. Okay, let's go back to the workplace. Once again, you're playing the role of a manager.
Okay.
Your best employee knocks on the door and he wants to speak with you. Okay? Me?
Okay.
I'm going to play the role of that employee. I've worked with you for about 5 years. I'm very promising. I've always done the best work in the company. You're very happy with my work, and someday you would like to promote me, but it's not a very big company, so there aren't many opportunities. Okay? So, knock, knock.
Okay.
Hey, boss. Do you have a couple of minutes?
Yes, sure. How are you?
I'm good. I need to talk to you about something, and I'm not really sure how to say it, so if you don't mind, I just want to come out and say it. Company XYZ down the road has offered me a position. I love the work here. I love what I'm doing here, and you've been a great mentor to me. And as much as I want to stay and work here, I'm going to be honest, there's a jump in pay, but more importantly, there's a jump in responsibility. And when I consider my family, I consider this a really good opportunity for us, and I think it would be the best. I think it would be best for me to take on this role, and yeah, sorry, I've enjoyed working here a long time, and it's hard for me to tell you this news.
Mm, You are one of the best, the most excellent employee in our company. And let me ask a question. Is it
Yeah.
about money?
No, the pay is only about 25% more, but it's also I'm at a managerial level, so I've got more responsibilities. So, um, and that's what really helps. So it's not a huge amount of money, but with a small child, it helps us pay for the extra bills and helps us live in a better apartment.
Okay, that's cool. But it will be very. I'm very sorry to hear that from you. We can't find people like you in that country. It will take a long time to find people like you. But
Well,
actually, you can do what you want.
Well, Ibrahim, I'll
If
be honest with you. It's if you had another position for me, I'd be happy to stay. Or if something opens up, I'd be happy to come back. You've done a lot for me. You've given me education when I've needed it, and I owe you one. But if you saw an opportunity like this, I'm sure you'd probably take it as well.
can offer such opportunity for you here in our organization.
Hmm. Okay. Well, um, if if there's nothing else, then would 2 weeks notice be sufficient?
2 weeks.
Yes, because I'm still working on a lot of things, and uh, I you know I want to get those things taken care of before I leave, and then transition my work to whomever you want to transition to. So I could continue working here for another 2 weeks or 3 weeks if you like.
No, we just want you to work with us as a employee, not just 2 weeks or just 1 month. We want you to. I need you. You shouldn't leave us. Actually, my guys uh, will leave the job, and I offer that position for you.
Oh, sorry, I didn't hear you. It must have blacked out a little bit. Sorry, what was the offer, Ibrahim?
The vice position for the manager.
Oh, wow. Oh, that's terrific.
Yeah,
Well, you know what? Yeah, I'd be happy to take that position.
yeah, and your salary will raise by I think $1,000.
No, that's terrific. You know what? I appreciate that. You guys have been really
So
good to me, and I'd rather stay here.
I am very. That's cool.
All right, great. So, um, something to say. So I wouldn't say that's cool, because as a manager, you would say, "Well, that's great. Let's talk about this new role you'll be doing." Right?
Okay.
Um, I might say that's cool. It's something I might say, but this happens a lot. Sometimes you have really, really good people, and they're not actively looking for work. They're sometimes too busy doing what they do well. But here's the thing. Your competitors see this. Your clients see this. And these people, because they shine so bright, there's another idiom, meaning they do very well, other people notice it, opportunities eventually come their way. So if you have really, really good people, let them know that. Make sure you put them on some sort of fast track for promotion. Look after them. It isn't always money. People need to feel uh, appreciated and respected. And quite often situations like this do happen. It's happened to me many times, where people have come to me with an opportunity and I've taken it because it is a good opportunity. And sometimes these are even my managers saying, look, I think this is the next step for you. You have some managers who will try to encourage their employees to do better and move up within the organization. You'll have other managers that don't want that because they need these people in their role, so they shelter them from education and training because they don't want them to leave. So 2 scenarios.
Yeah.
All right, Ibrahim, we're not alone anymore. We have Adela here.
Yeah.
Hello,
Hi, Adela.
I connect so late, sorry.
It's okay. It's September the 1st. Can you believe that? It's now September.
Um, yes, it's the first day, no? After the vacancy.
Yeah, it's the first day. I look at my calendar and it doesn't say August anymore. That's kind of strange. September. Kids go back to school. Not that I have any in school. All right, we're going to do some role-playing, Adela. Now, I'm going to be quiet now because you're here. So, Ibrahim and Adela, let's come up with a new scenario.
Yeah. Sure.
Okay. Okay. Adela,
Yes,
you work for Money Bank. Okay? You handle loans, credit card applications, investments, pretty well everything except for stocks. Okay?
okay.
You even handle mortgages. Now, you like to help people out, especially good people, and at your bank, you're seen as one of the better investment advisors. You try to help your customers out and make them feel welcome. Ibrahim, you just recently got married, and you've got a good job, and you're moving because you need instead of an apartment, you need a house because of your 2 children. So you're applying for a mortgage. Okay, so you're going to walk into the bank, you're going to see Adela, and ask her to help you out. So remember, things to think about with a mortgage. How much is the mortgage, right? They'll ask you where you work, how much you're making. Keep in mind, never give out real information here because, it's the internet. So just make up fake stuff. So how much you make, how long you've been there. Do you have any other properties? Normal types of stuff. I just want to get you guys practiced in the use of using vocabulary related to banking. Adela will probably want to know if you have any other accounts here. Now, Adela, if he doesn't have any accounts here, then you want to get him to bring his accounts over, so you'll do what you can to make offers to get him a better rate and come to your bank, okay? All right, Ibrahim, it's up to you.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir. Sit down, please. Can you help you?
Actually, I need to. I have to asking about the offers salons you have.
Offers about what product? Because we have different products in the bank. Investment, mortgage, different mortgage. What is your what do you need?
I need a mortgage.
A mortgage. A mortgage about what is the reason for the mortgage? What is your investment exactly? Is for a company, for a start a company, for a exactly a house, a flat?
Actually, I need to transport to new apartment, something wider than I live in.
Okay, it's for an apartment. You have idea about what is the money you need for the mortgage? Is for to calculate the rate, to calculate the quotation, etc. What is the money you need?
I need 55,000.
55,000. Okay. What do you like? Variable interest or fixed interest?
Fixed.
Fixed. Okay. And how long? Uh, because I need to calculate. I need to know the time about the mortgage.
Uh,
10 years, 20 years. What is the time?
I don't understand.
How long you have to pay the the mortgage because you need 55,000, but you need a period to pay the bank. What is the period? 5 years, 10 years, they are different possibility.
And let me just explain here. So we have what is called the amortization period.
Amortization period.
So I might have a 25-year mortgage fixed for 5 years. What that means is the amount that I owe is calculated based on the period I'm going to pay it back. So in a 25-year mortgage, I'm going to pay it back over 25 years. So on a $100,000 mortgage, for example, that might mean I pay $500 a month for 25 years. However, the bank is willing to fix the interest rate at anywhere from 6 months to 10 years. It's most common to fix it for 5 years.
Yes,
Okay?
because it's different about the international bank change the interest is if is longer the time is not possible to have a fixed interest.
Well, there's always an option usually to have a fixed rate. What will depend on whether you go for a fixed rate is the amount. How much is it going to cost? So if the bank asks me, what do you want, a fixed or a variable? I would say, well, what are the rates? What is the rate schedule?
Yes.
Okay? Because I don't know. I mean, how much is it for a 5-year fixed? How much is it for a 4-year fixed? If I'm renting the place, I might want to know what a 10-year fixed rate is.
A bank always have more money than you.
Yeah, but
when calculate is to have the benefit.
it's got nothing to do with that. See, you're looking at it wrong. It's
Yeah.
not the bank is helping you, you're helping the bank. Remember, you can take your mortgage to any bank. When you sign up for a mortgage, what you're doing is you're providing that bank a guaranteed source of income for 5 years, and that looks good on the bank. So you're there to help the bank out, Ibram, not the other way around. And if the bank is making it sound like they're doing you a favor, you need to very quickly let them know, well, hold on a minute. I'm here to do you a favor. I'm bringing you my business. Okay? So continue, please.
How long, finally? 5 years is good for you?
It's 5 years. 5 years.
5 years. Okay. I calculate this is for 30 $30 a month, for example. And I need this is the you need to pay for a month, but I need papers. I need a guarantee. You have, for example, in this bank, you have a stock option or same investment in this bank, in our bank?
No, but I will
No.
include that.
Okay, first you need to have an account. Can be an personal account or family account. We have different types, but you need to have an account to have a deposit with a minimum $1,000, and you need to I need a salary roll. I need to a life assurance because if you died, I need to have the money. And I think that is all. Is correct for you?
Yeah, that's right. It's a lot of things to do to be for just a warranty. Um, I'm asking about the deadline, where the deadline when I can get that salary rule on some.
Deadline about the mortgage. You finish the mortgage in 2019. No, 2020 and 20. And you need to pay for the month €50 month, and I think you need to present to the bank about 1 month because I need to present the papers, your fee, etc. To the staff, high staff, because they need to have a check to the papers and to approve the credit, the mortgage. I need about 1 month is possible. Is finished. Is all is correct in 1 month minimum, I think.
Okay. At 5 o'clock, do you still working or?
Sorry, I don't
At
understand.
What
5
time do you
o'clock?
close?
So I close. I'm every day from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m.
Thank you, guys. All right, what I want to do now is I want to play the role of the mortgage applicant and the bank. So I'll take turns with each of you. because I want to introduce you to some of the vocabulary used in this because, well, let's face it, we all get mortgages at some point. All right, Adela,
Yes.
why don't you go ahead and be the bank, and I'll be the mortgage applicant, okay? So the applicant is the person applying. So the process of applying, you become the applicant, applicant being the noun.
Okay, it's same to a interview job, no?
Yes, but it'll be a little different because I'm what is considered a knowledgeable person in the matters of mortgages. I've educated myself in mortgages, not because I sell them, but because I have one and I want to know how to best protect my money, right? A mortgage is a huge obligation, a debt obligation. All right. Hi, I'm wondering if I could speak to somebody about applying for a mortgage. Hello? Is anybody
Sorry.
here at the bank?
I have a mortgage in my house.
No, you're the bank.
No.
No? You don't want to play the role of the bank? Okay. Ibram,
Yeah, okay.
okay, do you want to play the role of the bank?
Okay, sure.
Okay. Hi, I'm wondering if somebody can help me with mortgages.
Yes, sir. Can I help you?
Yes, I'm looking at buying a house in town, and what I'm looking for right now is I've talked to a few other banks to see what their best rate is, and I'm looking to see what your best rate is on a mortgage. I'm looking for two rates. One, what is your current variable rate? And I'm also looking for a fixed rate. It could be 4 years, 5 years, 10 years. I'd just like to see the rate schedule. Normally I would go with a 5-year, but with rates so low right now, I'd be willing to lock in longer. Oh, we just lost him. Haha, not good.
I can offer you.
Okay.
I can offer you a different rate. 1%, you say?
Is that the variable rate?
Variable rate, I can decrease a little. You offer the another bank, for example, 0.75.
Wow. So
But
0.75 is your variable rate,
variable rate, yes,
and
yes, yes.
1% is fixed.
Fixed can be 1.25.
Oh, 1.25% is fixed.
Yes.
Okay, for how many years?
About 30 years. 30 years.
No, you wouldn't have a fixed rate for 30 years. You're talking about the term of the mortgage.
Yes.
Okay.
No, it's a little different. It's 125 fixed for 5 years, but
Okay.
after that, this is variable.
Okay,
It's
let me
30
ask you
years.
this, because your fixed rate is very good for 5 years. What could you give me for a 10-year rate?
For 10 years, the rate can be 1%, I think.
You're going
for
lower.
for 10-year rate, but they are another. You need a complement. You need to have an account, to have an assurance.
Well,
You
I'm not
need.
worried about that. Let's just focus on the rate first, because this is the part that matters to me the most. All the other stuff we can figure out. So you said the 10-year rate is 1%, but your 5-year rate is 1.25%.
10 years, 1%, and more years, 125%.
Okay, normally how it works with a bank is if you've got a 1.25% 5-year rate, your 10-year rate's going to be more, not less.
Ah,
Okay, so I wouldn't offer me a lower rate for 10 years. There's
sorry.
more risk, right? Rates could go up, so you want to charge me a higher rate for 10 years. What's your rate for 10 years?
For 10 years is 1.5, no, 1.50 or 50, 1.50.
1.5 is fine. Some people say 1.50, but it's really stupid because the zeros, when you're on the right of the decimal, mean nothing. So just 1.5,
5, okay,
1.5.
for 10 years.
Okay, so I love your rate. From what I'm hearing, I'm going to take your fixed rate.
It's a good mortgage, I think.
It's very good, yeah. It's right now I've got 2.15 for variable.
Is is the best to the bank market, but
Okay, well, what do we need to do to move forward with this then? I don't need the money right now. I'm still shopping, but I should have a place or a signed contract within a month, and they're going to need the bank information and everything, right? So that they can call you. So what do we need to do to?
I need to have the guarantee, no, about your job.
Oh,
I
here you go. I've
I
got that right
need
here.
I need a salary roll, no?
Yep, that's right in front of you there. It shows my income.
Ah, okay. I need you need to have an account in this bank because
Sure.
to pay, and you need if you don't have, you need a life assurance
Well,
to
Adela,
guarantee, yes,
I'm
the
going to be
capital.
putting down more than 25%, so I don't actually need the insurance. I'm
Ah,
going for a conventional mortgage.
it depend because the risk of the they are the assurance, no, about you lost your job, for
No, I
example.
don't need to worry about that. In some countries like Canada and maybe in Europe, if you put down more than 25%, you no longer require insurance.
Uh, in Spain, it depend to the mortgage. They are banks study to the risk about the mortgage,
Hmm.
and if have the possibility to lost the work.
Hmm.
For example, I'm um, um, employed of the government employee.
Hmm.
It's not possible to lost the the job place, no? But they are job place more unstable. In this case, the banks need assurance about the capital, the mortgage capital.
That's interesting because there is no assurance. Whether you work for the government or any other job, there's no guarantee you're going to have a job. And what they've done in Canada is they realize that no matter how much money you currently make, no matter where you work, there's no such thing as a secure job. So what they tend to look at is how much are you asking for? How much debt do you currently have? What is your ability to pay it off based on right now?
Yes,
So,
yes.
but you're saying in Spain is it doesn't matter. They require insurance regardless of how much you're borrowing.
Um,
Because if I come into the bank and say, well, the property's 100,000, but I only need to borrow 50,000. I'm putting down 50 myself. Would they still require insurance?
yes. In Spain, for example, civil servants are more less problem because
I know that. Let me ask the question again.
no,
In
sorry.
Spain, can you put down, let's say I put down most of the money myself, do I still have to apply for insurance?
Um, I don't understand. You ask about more money that you can pay? No.
No, I just don't want to pay insurance.
What is the money for the insurance?
I don't want any insurance.
Is a short quantity to an amount with the paid of the mortgage, the increase for 10 euros or for month. This is the you have insurance about the
Yeah, I
it's a
don't need
little no.
insurance. I don't need insurance. I'm putting down 50% of my own money here. I have a good job and I've got another property that's a rental income. So I just don't need insurance.
For example, I don't need insurance because my salary is guaranteed uh, because it's a good job,
Hmm.
it's a good quantity, is for the government, it's not a problem. But it's depend. They study the risk about. Overall is about 3 or 4 years ago, no, when the crisis, 5 years ago, when start the crisis, there are more problems about to pay the mortgage, and to the problems about the in USA, no, about the mortgage
Back
with
securities.
yes, a lot of
Well,
risk.
maybe you should find out where I work first and other questions before you try to sell me on the insurance, right?
Um, for the insurance, life insurance, the questions are in general about you need a medical recognition.
Oh, well, my company, I already get life insurance with my company, so I don't need that.
But in Spain, you need because you don't have assurance medical company. This public, the system is public.
No, no, but I have life insurance with the company I work for, so I don't need to purchase life insurance.
I think it's different, no? It's, mm, the countries are very, no, different systems
No,
about.
but if my company provides me with a life insurance policy, I don't need to order another life insurance policy.
Yes, but it's your company. In here in Spain is for all people. Is the state is public. Is for all people. Same the immigrants
So
don't
why are
have
you asking me
paper.
if I want to buy insurance then if I don't need insurance? I'm confused.
I pay a quantity in the role in the salary role, but is for all people. Is not for my in my company for or the company pay for me in a assurance company. Is different.
Okay.
Is
Well, let's
is
let's not worry about the mortgage then, because I'm confused and all I'm looking for is a mortgage with a good rate, and I'm not looking at getting a whole bunch of other fees onto it.
um, in Spain in this moment, for example, I have a 1 point. Uh, my rate, my specific is not the role play. No, it's my rate is 1 point. Is variable about the European Bank.
You know what I
about.
would consider if I were you, because we all know that right now what's going on in Europe is you don't know what's going to happen next. And sometimes, who knows what happens with the euro, but if you have the euro dropping, then inflation could kick up. And if you have inflation, they could be forced to raise rates. If the difference between the variable rate and the fixed rate isn't much, I would consider locking into a longer term fixed rate mortgage.
No, because in my case exactly no, because I pay more quantity than I need to decrease the years to pay.
No, I understand the concept. I'm pretty familiar with mortgages, but what you're managing is the risk, because even if you went from a 1% to a 1.5 in a fixed, by aggressively paying off the principal, you would still pay it down much quicker. All you're doing with the fixed is when in uncertain economic times, if mortgage rates were to jump 4 or 5 points, then you're at a risk to pay a lot more down the road. So it's just offsetting the risk.
In Spain, there are more difference between the variable rate fix. The fix, I think, is possible. Any bank offer you fix, and if the offer is a short time, a very high interest, 5% same.
Well, yes, but do you know what they're saying? When you see a variable rate really low like that and the fixed rate is very high, do you know what the bank is telling you? That within so many years they see the rate going to 5%.
Is higher in Spain. I think
you're missing what I'm trying to say, Adela.
Sorry.
When you see the spread between the variable and the fixed very wide, the bank is telling you that they see rates going up very soon, before the fixed term. So if you're in a variable right now and you see the fixed at 5, that's the bank's way of telling you that within 3 to 4 years they expect it to go to 5%. Okay? When you see the spread between a fixed and a variable very low, grab the fixed, because it's 1% is things will never stay that way for long. Something will happen. Just look what's happening in the Ukraine right now. That tension could cause rates to go up in Europe, especially if natural gas is cut off. So you got to be careful. I have a variable as well. It's 2.15, and the fixed rate is around 3.29. So I'd probably go with a fixed in this case, and a 10-year fixed.
3.9? No, see, no?
No, it's 3.25. I'm looking for a 5-year fixed.
The fixed. Okay.
But Adela, I do need to get going. We've actually run over class by about 3 minutes.